चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So yesterday we were reading this part that one can thus conclude that when a person shows love for God, friendship for devotees, displays mercy towards the innocent, and reluctant to associate with non-devotees, he may be considered a pure devotee. By developing devotional service, such a person can perceive that every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. In each and every living entity, he can see the Supreme Person, and therefore he becomes highly developed in Krishna consciousness. At this stage, he does not distinguish between the devotee and the non-devotee, for because he sees that everyone is engaged in the service of the Lord. Such a pure devotee continues to develop all the great qualities while being engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12. यस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवति यकिंचन सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुराः हराव अभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथेनासति भावतो बहि. Very important. One who attains pure, unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Lord develops all the good qualities of the demigods. Whereas a person who doesn't attain such service, that is, a person who is not engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Lord, Kuto Mahadguna, is sure to go astray despite all his material qualifications, for he hovers on the mental platform. Thus, his material qualifications are valueless. You can save this very, very important verse. And when we associate with someone, we should be very careful and make sure that yes, we are associating with right persons who are engaged in devotional service to the Lord, not just simply somebody who has a lot of material qualifications, but hovering on the mental platform and not serving the Lord. So, with that, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, we come to the next chapter, 12th chapter, the devotee. As mentioned above, a person in Krishna consciousness, being fully devoted to the transcendental loving service of the Lord, develops all the godly qualities of the demigods. There are many such qualities, but Lord Chaitanya described only some of them to Sri Sanatan Goswami. A devotee of the Lord is always kind to everyone. He does not pick quarrels. His interest is in the essence of life.
Mataji, you were stuck.
Yes,
We couldn't
I can see
hear
my
you.
internet. Okay. So, was when I started reading the chapter, was that audible? Or was that also stuck? Not audible? Okay. Okay, I'll begin again. So, chapter 12, the devotee. As mentioned above, is it audible now? Is the net fine? Hmm? As mentioned above, a person in Krishna consciousness, being fully devoted to the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord, develops all the godly qualities of the demigods. There are many such qualities, but Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described only some of them to Sri Sanatan Goswami. A devotee of the Lord is always kind to everyone. He does not pick quarrels. His interest is in the essence of life, which is spiritual. Essence of life is spiritual. It is not on the material platform. So since a devotee of Lord is always on the spiritual platform, therefore he does not pick quarrels. The Kali Yuga, Kali is the age of hypocrisy and quarrels. But somebody who is above these three modes of nature, they are always on the spiritual platform. They have nothing to quarrel about. They are always kind to everyone. He is equal to everyone. No one can find fault in him. His magnanimous mind is always fresh and clean. There is no trash in the mind because he is always well wisher for everyone and he is always kind to everyone. He sees everyone equally. He does not see somebody as an enemy or a friend. He is equal to all because these are also qualities of Krishna. He is equal to everyone. No one can find fault in him. His magnanimous mind is always fresh. Not that, oh, today I'm feeling so tired. I don't feel like doing anything. And his mind is always clean. And he is without material possessions. Does that mean he has nothing? He sleeps on the road? No. He is without material possessions means for him nothing is material. He is not using anything for his sense gratification. Whatever is required, as much as required, not more, not less, but everything is for the service of the Supreme Lord. In the colder regions, people will need heater. So devotee doesn't say that no. If I use the heater, I'm using a material position. I'm trying to make luxuries for myself. No, the devotee knows that this body that has been given by Krishna is to be used in the service of Krishna as long as life is there, as long as I am alive. So if I need to use the heater in order to maintain my body, then I will use it. If I need to use a blanket in order to maintain myself, so that I can serve Krishna nicely, so that I can serve the instructions of my spiritual master nicely, so that I can serve in the mission of Srila Prabhupada nicely. This is required. I require this so and so thing. Then that is not a material possession. But yes, in the pretext that no, I want to serve Guru and Krishna, therefore I need a nice big car. But actually, in my mind, my intention is not that I want to serve all the Vaishnavas when some Maharaj is coming. Let me serve. Let me pick up Maharaj from the airport and drop Maharaj somewhere, or let me serve the Vaishnavas by carrying something for them. If that is not the intention, so externally I'm saying that I'm buying this big car so that I can serve the devotees. But when the opportunity comes, oh, today I have to go out somewhere. There is no grocery at home, and therefore I have to go to the grocery store. Not like that. So so there should not be any hypocrisy, no hypocrisy. So somebody who is a devotee of the Lord is without material possessions. For a devotee, everything is meant for the purpose of Krishna, and in order to maintain one's body so that they can use this body to serve Guru and Krishna. That is the purpose. He is a benefactor to all living entities and is peaceful and always surrendered to Krishna, whatever situation may come. Sometimes, so he's always surrendered to Krishna. Whatever situation may come, there may be distress or there may be happiness. Maybe suddenly some great wealth has come. Instead of jumping and going crazy, oh wow, suddenly I've got so much wealth. No, okay, wealth has come, Krishna has given me. Okay, how can I utilize this wealth for Krishna? Krishna has taken away all my wealth. Now I don't have anything. Fine. Krishna, everything is anyways yours. I am also yours. And when you want, you give something. When you want, you take away. And you know that is the best for me. So, knowing that, one is always surrendered to Krishna. They are never hankering or lamenting for anything. They are never hankering for something that they do not have. They are not lamenting for something that they have lost. He is a benefactor to all living entities and is peaceful and is always surrendered to Krishna. He has no material desires. He is very humble and is fixed in his purpose. Humble means what? Somebody who is always, the completely scrunching and what is it? Like looking down that, oh, I am a menial servant. Is that humility? No, that is not really humility. Humble means knowing one's actual position, that whatever I have right now is given to me by the causeless mercy of Krishna. Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, knowing that, okay, if I need these things, he has given me. If he wants, he can take away everything. But that is also not for me to, I should not uh, cry because Krishna has taken away something, or I should not rejoice just because I have so much and somebody else doesn't have. Being envious that Krishna's another devotee is being appreciated so much. If I'm feeling envy, that means I'm not humble. There's a lot of ego in me, and therefore I'm competing with Krishna. Why competing with Krishna? Because everyone, whatever qualities, talents, skill, or opulence that one may have, everything is given by Krishna. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. What to speak of devotees or non devotees, even the animals, even the birds, beasts, every living entity. So, if we see something good in others, we should immediately know that this is opulence of Krishna. Krishna has given this, and therefore we should feel happy. If we are not feeling happy, then we should cry in front of Krishna that Krishna, I have so much envy inside me. I have no right. As long as there is envy inside, the doors will not open for me. Doors of mercy will not open for me. I will not feel any bliss in Krishna consciousness, because this envy, it's ENVY. In short, if we say NV, alphabet N and alphabet V goes translates to, or can be put as no vacancy in Krishna Lok. No vacancy in the abode of Krishna, no vacancy with the family of Krishna, no vacancy in family of Krishna. We cannot become Krishna's family because we have envy. So therefore he is very humble, knowing that my position is, I am just trying to be, aspiring to be servant of my spiritual master. Sometimes we may do some nice puja seva, and after looking at the deities, we may think, wow, I have decorated my deity so nicely. Or we may have cooked something, and other Vaishnavas, they say that, wow, it is so tasty, it is so nice, the prasad is so nice. Oh, in my heart, I'm thinking I've cooked so nicely. No, that is the problem. I have already taken credit, which means there is no humility. That is lack of humility. Because if I'm taking credit, means I have forgotten that what is my position. If Krishna does not give this understanding, Krishna does not give this intelligence, how will I be able to cook? If my hands are not working, which is by the mercy of Krishna, how will I cook? So, understanding that everything is provided by Krishna, the credit should always go to our spiritual master and to Krishna. Knowing that spiritual master is non different from Krishna, he is the manifestation of Krishna. So we should be, so a pure devotee of the Lord is always very humble. He knows that everything is by the mercy of Krishna, everything is by the mercy of my spiritual master, and he's fixed in his purpose. I will do what I have to do. He is victorious over the six material qualities. He is victorious over the six material qualities, such as lust, anger, greed, envy, all these. And he does not eat more than he needs just because something is very tasty, something is my favorite. So I keep on eating that. Other things I don't eat. Everything is prasad, but I will eat only that because that is my favorite. And I'm overeating because it is, I love it so much. That is, a pure devotee doesn't do that. He is always sane mentally balanced, and is respectful to others. He is respectful to everybody. But he does not require respect for himself. He does not require. He does not expect. It's not said that he does not expect. Expectation is dur ki baat. He doesn't require only. I don't. He doesn't care only whether somebody is respecting him or not. But he is respectful to everybody. He is grave. That means very serious. He is merciful, friendly. He is poetic. We see that our acharyas have written such beautiful Vaishnav bhajans. So the devotees are expert in so many subject matter. So they are poetic and they are expert and they are silent. They don't speak unnecessarily. So that is the quality of the pure devotee of the Lord. So Krishna willing, we'll continue reading tomorrow and we'll read this part again that he is, what is that? Uh, Yes, he's a benefactor to all living entities, peaceful and always surrendered to Krishna, and no material desires. I was remembering a very, very beautiful, I will not say beautiful, but of course, it is a beautiful, what to say, an exemplary devotee and a beautiful pastime. Of course, um, it's an incident, it's a real incident. So, Krishna willing, I'll share that tomorrow, and for today, we'll pause here. So thank you very much for your kind association. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शुभ जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.
श्यामाकरण्डमयी माताजी की जय.
हरि
हरि
बोल.
बोल.
गौर निताई.
हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल,
निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.
हरि हरि
हरि
बोल.
हरि
हरि